Good afternoon. Last week, I thought against Arkansas State, we did a pretty good job of. Actually, our game plan was to try to attack them. You know, we hadn't been shooting the ball as well, so we thought, hey, let's be a little bit more aggressive and attack them. And we got to the free throw line 30 times, so I thought that was pretty big in that game. And out rebounded them and really kind of came together. You know, we saw some different people. Our players do a really good job, so that was a great win. And going into Little Rock, they're #1 team, lost one game. I think they're 17-1. So I thought that would be a tough game. A good measuring stick, though. You always want to try to. I love playing the best teams in the conference, and I thought we played a pretty good game. We had some different lineups, and some of the kids showed up. I saw some toughness out of us, and to bring them in overtime and have an opportunity. To finish it off, I thought was exciting going into the tournament. Because for us, I think when we noticed the seed that we were going to get, I thought it was important that we be prepared for the tournament. So we continued to improve as the season went on, and then now you got Georgia Southern coming up. They're very good offensively when it comes to offensive transition, and that's the scary thing for us is can we get back in defensive transition, cover out, and kind of slow them down. And at the same time, come back with our mentality of attacking like we did against Arkansas State and Little Rock. Questions?
Coach, you kind of talked about this on Saturday a little bit, but you did see a lineup that worked particularly well on Saturday. A little bit of a different lineup than you usually have in. Do you plan to use that lineup more in the tournament, and maybe you found something?
Yeah, I think you're going to see, maybe Kendra Howard in the game a little bit more because, she really did a good job both offensively and defensively. And it's kind of one of the things that we were on her about is with her, not so much offensive, but her defense. And I thought, she looked more comfortable out there. So you'll see that, Nakia's knee is still kind of banged up, but, I think for her, catch and shoot kind of kid, high post. I think she causes some problems with some of the teams. But at the same time, a lot of the younger kids coming in, I thought we became better defensively too. You look at the end of the game and who was at the end of the game in the overtime. It wasn't really our defensive lineup, so we didn't make stops. And I think that's going to be important. I was asked today by ESPN what would we do. As far as defensively, will we press as much as we normally do? And I think you'll see that we can probably play 8 to 10 kids now and hopefully kind of put a little bit more pressure on them and try to get some turnovers that way. So hopefully we get more of not only just different lineups, but more kids rotating in and out.
What was Kendra doing better defensively now in the beginning of the year?
She struggles on what we call a closeout. I mean, it's when a shooter's out there and you're going. We don't slide anywhere. I don't know. I know the old school is to slide we run everywhere. So if you run and you got to be able to stop, and you got to be able to close out, and she does a jump stop kind of thing. And when you jump on a offensive player, they're going to go right by you. And our main part of our defense is to keep the ball out the middle, and she struggled with that. She's played in different systems where they force the ball to the middle and stuff like that. And so I thought on Saturday, we drill it every day. I thought on Saturday she was more connected to the way we want to play. Her man didn't get to the middle as much as normally, and I thought she closed out better, and then she rebounded. I thought she was a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side too, so that was good.
How much is surviving in this tournament just a matter of just confidence and momentum as you just try to progress from day to day?
Yeah, I think, if you heard Vic Schaefer's talk last night on Mississippi State, and he was undefeated in the conference play, and then he loses, and he talks about how mentally tough they weren't. They were out-toughed. And it's not physically, it's hard to understand on the women's side. It's not a physical thing, it's a mental thing, and it comes from everybody around you, from the SID to the radio guy and all that. If, hey, they're weak and all that, well, we become weak. It's funny how this mental situation is so tough from the media. If you don't cover us, that's awesome, man, because we're like the dark horse coming in. That's what Dawn Staley said. She said, hey, they forgot about us. They were talking about Mississippi State all this time and all that. So it's kind of a good thing. We're easily to be forgotten. And it's kind of good. I like to come in from the backside, but I think it's mental toughness. I really do. I think you got to have, but mental toughness comes. What is it, Bill? Confidence and on down the line. And I think for us, that's what we got. The first game is going to be our toughest game, no doubt. If we can get a win, then you get some of that confidence and that toughness, and then you can hopefully get on a roll, and it's going to be extremely important.
Do you think it's a little bit easier on the women's side if you have to play in the first round? Because you play first round day off, quarterfinals day off.
Definitely. You know, I'm always scared of getting a bye and playing that, you know, maybe tougher team like the 2 or 3, or you say you would be the 3 seed and you'd play the 6 seed like they're doing. That, I mean, I think we have an advantage having a game on our belt. You know? Now the problem is when you play Saturday, Sunday. That's what bothered us last year. But hey, I think at the beginning of the tournament like that, I think it's a great advantage.
Third game in 6 days. How do you change your approach in practice or your schedule to accommodate for a schedule you're not used to?
You know, I think our practices are pretty tough. A lot of times we try to make them harder than the games, but I just shorten them up a little bit. You know, we shorten up some of the drills that we do that we know that we need to do to get them tough, but then we also talk about them too. Like we'll do walkthroughs more. I mean, I can get those kids excited right now by, hey, we just do this for 2 or 3 minutes. Oh man, and they're going to go even harder. And then, you know, you talk about it like pressing. Like today, I will walk through pressing. You know, we're going to press a little bit for 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll talk about the different positions that are going to be important. And so they get excited about, oh, we get to do this, but we don't have to work as long, because sometimes we'll spend 30, 40 minutes just on one segment of our defense. So I think if we can get them excited about it, confident and all that, I think could be big.
What did you do against Georgia Southern last time that was successful?
I think they didn't shoot it very well. You know, I think we were out covering. Most of the time people get back in the zone, and those 3-point shooters are passing and they're getting wide open looks. I thought we did a good job of getting back, stopping the layup, but then covering out. Right when they caught, we were forcing them to put the ball on the floor, especially down the baseline side and stuff. So I thought that was. I think that's something that they're not used to. A lot of people in our conference, I mean, Foley will do it with Little Rock. He's pretty good at the defensive transition and then bodying you up real early and making you, penetrate sideline, baseline. And so I thought we did a pretty good job of that. And then we limited them. I think we out-rebounded them by 15 or whatever. We limited them one shot. I think for us that's big because it makes it a lot easier to guard.
Is what we saw Saturday is something maybe we can see in New Orleans in terms of this urgency in the seniors?
I don't know if it's maybe. I really do think it's about being a Cajun. It's our heritage and our culture and all that. Is like when your back's against the wall, a hurricane, a flood, or whatever, you show up. I don't know, and maybe it's just me, the teams that I've had, but I've been very lucky that when our back's against the wall, it's like right now we don't have to improve. We're not looking to improve. We're looking to win. And now you lose, you go home. So you have that mentality of, hey, we got to get it done. And the Nakias and Jasmine Thomas, and they want to win. They want to win. They're going to do whatever it takes to win. So hopefully we can put it together. I guess my concern would be, are we going to shoot it well? And that comes into confidence. That's going to be the concern. I know we're going to defend. I know we won't. We'll come out and defend. And again, our back's against the wall because we're the 6th seed, and nobody's really talking about us. Everybody's Little Rock, Troy, UTA, Texas State. That's awesome. And hopefully we can slide in and do what we do best because we've competed against everybody. Down the line, we didn't win every game, but we competed with a short roster. Now we have our roster, and it's not completely healed, but I think it's ready to play.
Coach, what have you seen out of the shooters lately? Because you guys went through a tough stretch. You talk about confidence. You guys went through a tough stretch of not shooting the ball well. The last couple of games, you shot a little bit better. Have you seen the confidence kind of improve in your shooting?
I don't know. I'm really blessed to be around some good people that remind me of what we do as coaching. I had a call from my oldest daughter. She coached at St. Thomas More, won a couple of state championships. And right after watching us play, streamed or whatever, she was very disappointed in the way we shot it. And so we started to talk and text and go back and forth. And, I'm a firm believer, it's like all these new college coaches, they believe game speed. And you got to, but to me, if you can't catch and shoot it, you're never going to get to the game speed. And that was one of the things my daughter reminded me of. She was like, Dad, you got to go back to what you do best. You know what you do best. It's about fundamentals. Catch and shoot the ball first. And so we went in to the next game. That was the, let's see, I think maybe the Troy game, yes. We went into the next game the next day in practice and just caught and shoot elementary shots, just simple things. And so now you're building confidence. And so we've been doing that the last few, actually since the South Alabama game. And so we're trying to focus on that. And then hopefully, I think it's going to carry over into game speed. I really do. So, you know, and if it doesn't, shame on me. It's on me. I like it to be on me, you know. And the same thing is when I left the gym a while ago, they had kids in the gym already shooting. Now, is it too late? I would have liked to seen that at the beginning of the season. But, you know, it may carry over into next season. But I think that's going to be the main thing.
Everybody good? Is there a couple things that David can do to be mentally stronger during the tournaments?
I'm gonna tell you what. I think I've had 8 SIDs in 5 or 6 years and all that. And I gotta give Dave, man. He's the best. He's been the best, and you know I think he deserves a raise. I don't know who gives him that, but I think it's important. But as all of y'all, for me, it means a big difference. I mean, it makes the difference when we're gonna start winning championships that you're there before. And then I really do appreciate all of y'all, from the Daily Advertiser to 1420 to everybody, KTT, KLFY. All the things that happen during the year are important. You know, the wins are important, but I think all the relationships that we've built and we continue to build are going to be big. But I mean, I can't thank y'all enough for covering us as much as y'all do, and hopefully we get better and better for you and win a championship.